Okay, so today's November 15th on Friday. It's been a week that I've been at my new shelter in Harlem, and today was my special and lucky day where I had to get all my stuff from storage. They informed me that I only had a week to get my stuff out of there, and due to work and stuff like that, I couldn't get it out of there until my day off. My average day morning starts at 4:30 in the morning. They wake us up at 6 a.m. in the morning every single day, but because there is 61 women in the facility and there's only 2 bathrooms on each floor, and there's 15 women on each floor, I have to get up 2 hours earlier just so I won't interfere or come with any conflict or confrontation. So this is all my stuff. This is 4 bags. This is not even all my clothes. We're only allowed to bring in 2 bags with little small lockers that's skinnier than me. So I had to pack all this up, and now I have to take it to another storage. I had to take a cab over here to bring my stuff to take it in another storage. And today was the last day before they turned the women's shelter into a men's shelter. So I just wanted to share a part of my experience, and that's all. Did I cover everything?
Okay. Hello, young lady. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, thank you. Okay, tell me, what's your name?
My name is Youth-Aretha.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
Okay, and where are you living right now?
I'm currently living in East Harlem, New York, New York.
Okay, and tell us, what led you to this particular location where you're living now?
Okay, so first, I've been in the foster care system since I was 6 years old. I got adopted at the age of 10 due to the fact my adoptive mother and I didn't have the best relationship. I wasn't informed of my rights. She used me for money. Once I turned 21 years old, we got into a small altercation, and due to that altercation, she kicked me out of her house, and that led me to be homeless for over a year and a half. I've been in 3 shelter systems. I lived with over 300 women. I lived with crackheads. I lived with drug dealers. I've lived with homosexuals, transsexuals. I lived with people that was like mentally ill, so at any given moment they could just spasm on you. Have my stuff stolen. And during that process, I've found an organization, FPA, and through that support system with Miss Hooper and Miss Matthews, they've helped me find employment. They helped me get a job. They provided me with coats when I didn't have any coats or anything like that. They was just a great support system. They was more of a family that I didn't really have, and they also helped me find an apartment. And because of them, I have my apartment. And just in the foster care system, it was a horrible experience. My last shelter that I was in, the curfew was like 10 p.m. and they woke me up every morning at like 6 a.m. You wasn't allowed to eat anything after 10 p.m. You was only allowed to have like a 15-minute break. And as you know, 15 minutes is not a lot of time. You can't really eat nothing in 15 minutes. It was like a jail system. They had gated doors. You couldn't bring anybody in. They used to check your bags as if you was like a criminal going to a jail or anything like that. So it was a very hard experience. The staff, they really didn't care about you. They just cared about the money. They persuaded me to try to get into a room. I remember they actually threatened to put me on the street. It's considered sanction, which means you're not allowed to go to any shelter system for at least 30 days. They can even do that for a year. And they threatened to kick me out because I refused to be in a room again with any woman. Like I said, I lived with over 500 women before, so I just refused to do that. I worked really hard. I was working 3 jobs. I remember waking up at 3:50 in the morning to go to Armband Pain to work from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then to go to Marshall's from 3 p.m. to 8:45 and do that pretty much 5 days a week, and then work at Circle Lines on Saturdays and Sundays. So I worked 3 jobs, and Miss Hooper and Miss Matthews, they really motivated me to continue to save my money and not to spend on silly stuff. So during that experience, I saved over $5,000 for my apartment. And one day, luckily, Miss Matthews, although she's been reaching out to the same people, one day they actually answered. And I remember just being with her while she was working. She called. They asked for specific information. I had the information, the bank statements, the savings account, the checkings account, Medicaid stuff, and state ID, and the letter saying I was in foster care. And I did the interview. I got the interview. Miss Hooper, Miss Matthews, and FPA, they really supported me during this time. I didn't have a family. I got kicked out of one of my relatives' home. She refused to let me stay, although I didn't have a job or any place to go. So they was pretty much my support system. And so now I've been in my apartment for about 10, 11 months now.
Wow, that's a blessing, Aretha. That's a blessing. Yeah, that's great.
I thank God. Thank God for it. And I believe Miss Matthews was actually one of the references I used. She wrote me a letter for me to get into the Year Up program. And now, so right now I'm currently working at Chase corporate site downtown. I do a lot of financials of the project. Work very close with high level people, and I'm actually about to start college in January at Empire State to study human development, and my goal is to get my master's in social work. I believe, although I wanted to always be a social worker, I believe my experience being homeless and being in the shelter and not having a home to go to, I believe that experience led me to want to be a social worker even more. So one day I would like to partner with FPA. They advocate for foster care youth and homeless youth. They also advocate for foster parents and adoptive parents, depending on the situation. I would like to one day partner with them, and I would like to be the place where they refer children to. So they do the referral and I do the interview process, and I would like to provide housing for foster care youth from the ages of probably 18 to 25 and provide advocacy and informing them of their rights. So
that's excellent.
That would be my ultimate goal. So that's something I'm working towards, and I'm doing the best I can to achieve those goals, because I would like to really give back to this population. I believe the ACS system really sucks. That's just a nice word to say it, because I don't want to curse. But I think they really suck, and I would like to really be the social worker I never had. I want to tell the young people that they have rights. I want them to let them know they're supposed to get their allowance. I want them to let them know that their education is supposed to be free, and they do have people that care about them. So I would like to fill that gap, and even if it's just one child, and as many people as I help, it'll go along. I believe one day the ACS system will change. So that's my goal, to change the ACS system, to give back to the homeless youth, the foster care youth, and to partner with FPA in the long run, so we can really change this corrupt system. Okay,
that's excellent. Aretha, being that you've gone through so much and you've been in the foster care system since the age of 6, there are a lot of youths right now that may be on the streets. There are youths right now that may be in a foster care home, a foster care environment that may not be the best, or youths out there struggling to really get their feet on the ground and get their footing. And so what advice would you have for youths that are really trying to juggle working and getting their apartment, or just trying to struggle with just getting their life together? What advice would you give them, since you've gone through that yourself?
Well, me personally, for my own beliefs, for me, I personally always kept God first. But if I can't force that on anybody else. But if that's not what you believe in, to make it real general, I would just say stay focused. I believe being homeless and not having nothing, I think that should motivate you to do what you have to do, because it's a hard world out here. Nothing's going to be handed to you, and if you unfortunately don't have parents or that kind of support system, then you have to do what you have to do. That's what kept me going, because I'm like, I can't wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I don't want until 1 p.m. So that's what really motivated me. I didn't want to be a statistic. I didn't want to be a statistic. I refused to be one of those youths that wasn't going to graduate high school, or if I go to college, I'm going to drop out of college. I just refused to be a stereotype. So that's what really motivated me. I want to be successful. I want to give back. And failing really motivates me. I don't like to fail, although sometimes you have to fail to succeed. I just don't like to fail, so that's my motivation. And I like to prove people wrong. I like when people tell me I can't do something, or you're not gonna make it. I was in special ed, and people never thought I could be on the honor roll if I became a regular ed student. I became a regular ed student. I still had a higher average than the other people, even when I was in special ed. So I like to prove people wrong. So if you feel like I can't do something, I'm gonna make sure I do it in front of you so you know I can do it. So I kind of like when people doubt me. I like when all odds are against me, so when I get to where I need to go, I can say that I made it, and I made it without you. And also, yeah, that's pretty much it. I like the odds against me. So when I get to where I need to go, I'm humbled by that whole experience. I know it wasn't handed to me, but I worked hard to get it. So to anybody that's going through that situation, whether you're homeless out on the street, I would say do what you need to do. Try to reach out to who you need to reach out to. If you have resources, utilize them. Make the best of it. If you have a job, don't spend on nothing stupid, but let it benefit you. Save your money. Save your money. You want to be prepared for any opportunity that's presented to you, and just keep God first, and everything will fall into place at its appropriate timing.
That's great advice, Aretha. Thank you so much for sharing your story, your experience, and really, advising youth of what they can do to help themselves along the way. You're a great success story. Thank you.